Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, welcome to my first live stream. I am currently on Whitetail Island for the Whitetail Whiteout competition. And yeah, it's just a simple straight competition, biggest scoring whitetail wins. So I've actually been going for a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, and so I've currently been going for a little while. Yeah, just around here I've shot one medium-sized buck. It was 155, and a few bobcats. For future recognition, information, I suppose, through here has been really thick with bobcats, so I might have to go and fit a different caller and tree stand up there actually. So yeah, that'll be pretty interesting. But hopefully I can do a few more regular ones of these streams, and feel free to ask any questions or anything like that you'd like. Going to be releasing some more videos shortly, actually some more hunting with mates ones. Just got a few people sorted, and I'm just waiting for everything to line up because of the everyone's different time zones and things like that, so it's a little bit harder to get a regular release on it. So my way I hunt through this island is I just eliminate every single white-tailed deer I can along the way, because like I don't want this doe soaking up any calls. If there's another buck in the area and the doe's alive, or at least doesn't have an arrow in it, then it will soak up a call more likely than the buck one. I know it's pretty random, but you increase your odds if there's just not the animal in the gameplay, right? So yeah, that's my my take on it anyway, so it's pretty good. And there is a perfect example of what I was talking about just then, actually. So between those trees there, maybe. Yeah, just there. So I don't know if you know, but you can hear footsteps on. It varies a little bit depending on the animal, but it's about 33 meters for whitetail. If you sit in a tree stand rather, one day with the binos out, just watch them coming in, and I think she sees me, and you'll see her see the distance at the same time you hear the walking. So let's see what happens here. Just quickly look up some more ammo. So I've bought the e-caller and a tree stand with me as well, just for the bobcats. See how we go with that. Like I say, I've already shot two. One out of a pre-installed, well, one of the towers that come with the map, and then the other actually just putting the e-caller off to the side and ambushing it as it came in. first one wasn't too bad, it was 8.9 score, but the second one was just a female, and it was that the demonic number that comes up a lot, the 666 one. So so if you got any suggestions or ideas, things you'd like me to put together, I'm thinking about doing a where to shoot it compilation or informative video, because there seems to be lots of people sort of struggling with the hitboxes, because all the, well, especially bears and things and pigs, the hitboxes don't quite line up with where, like if you look at the organ chart and the kill screen afterwards, it looks like sort of the heart and lungs are behind the shoulder, where in fact if you aim behind the shoulder on the bears you'll get intestine shots, so you have to aim pretty much straight on the shoulder for them. Just things like that, and also the different angles from tree stands, you know, where to aim when they're directly below you, and just things like that. Most people will probably know a lot of this stuff, but yeah, it's, I know especially when I started, a lot of who cares videos helped me a lot, especially just even working out what you can get away with really in terms of how close you can get to the animals and stuff. So I figure with a where to shoot it type tutorial, might even just end up on the wiki yet. I did talk to Who and he said it was probably a well, yeah, something that he could see being on there anyway. So, and yeah, if you ever need any information, just go to the wiki that Who Cares put together. It's just full of jam-packed full of information, and also the forum is another good place. If you can find any information, come and join that, and everyone's pretty helpful, yeah, it's a good community to be part of. The competition that I'm actually out here today trying to find is only found on the forum there, and it's put together by a member, Nightmare, who resides in Sweden by the looks of his profile. There hasn't been even that many tracks today, so maybe they're all jammed up in the north part of this island. Just trying to cover as much ground as possible really, and I think I'm going to just do the loop like this, and then I will come back over the top. There was a bobcat call. Oops, I already had the old map out. Male too. Right, how far away is he? It's on that hill there, about there. Yep. So he is 200 meters away. So I'm going to just move forward a little bit for him. Lay out the old tree stand. Put out the old e-caller. Somewhere I can find it again, hopefully, maybe on the end of this log. Someone's trying to get hold of me. Why, you know. Oh, this isn't gonna work. Oh well, what a retard. Scratch that idea. I wonder if I can actually... No, it's probably too far away. Let's fast travel just across to it and sit there for a little while, because it's quite often lots of whitetails there anyway. So there's the first call. So I'm going to just jump in this. I think I can see. Turn on the bobcat caller and start luring everything in. So I'm actually going to keep at least a doe under the tree stand here, because they'll give me pre-warning of when a bobcat's coming in. So Oh look, that bobcat might actually just... Probably not. Be close anyway. Hopefully it's walking this way. Excuse me for a second. Yep. For some reason the Steam shortcut isn't working today. Otherwise I'd just open up and mute it from there. So this is apparently Who Cares spot that's in his video. I haven't actually seen that myself. I have a tent up in the corner here and decided to start there and walked, and I came through the other, must be over through that way I think. I thought this looks like a pretty good clearing. And I was just trying to find something that had you know, a little clearing in the middle surrounded by woodland, because I don't know if you watched the EW stream, but it was oh look, little putty cat. Make sure you spot it. My spotting skills are still very low. Small female. I was talking about, yeah, if you watched the EW stream then you would have heard that they like to stay in the trees as much as possible, so my idea was to... Oh, that's not going to be very good. Oh, thought it was a bit low. Yeah, my idea was just to find a clearing in between the forest pretty much. Try and call as many out as I can. And if you don't know, there's actually a little fun poll on the forums actually going as well, and who does the community think will get the first rare bobcat. That's in the forums. There's obviously lots of players that don't use the forums, and someone's bound to have actually shot a rare bobcat so far, but amongst the people on the forums nobody has shot one yet, so it'd be awesome to get one of those Black Panther looking ones which just strolled in. But, they're already quite hard to spot sometimes. Imagine, yeah, just a shadow moving around. That'd be pretty intense, that's for sure. Here comes our doe. Oh wow. If you can afford them, the double tree stands are well worth their money. They're much better view, and shots as well, different angles on your shots, sorry, on the animals, so very much worth it. I don't know if any of you guys read that Steam message before, but some people, especially in multiplayer games, have been complaining that they can see all the cats, but the cats won't come into the e-caller. And a friend Deku was just saying he's found turning it on and off works, which I've also found to work, but part of me thinks that sometimes the animations are done on purpose, sorry, so you can, you know, witness them playing to add a bit of immersion to the game, where in reality most people just want them to come in and they want to shoot them. But yeah, the bobcats are quite cool. They play with mice and I'm not sure what they rip something out of the ground and eat it. Maybe it's grass, like cats do. In real life, I'm not sure. But I think I'm going to move on from here soon. It just feels dead. And I'm expecting the north part of the South Island to be pretty chocker, because I just haven't really seen much. I mean, unless it could be down in here. I missed this part out, but we'll see. We will see. But of course, hunting season well, it didn't just open up, but it's open now in Sweden here, and I've actually been invited to go along next weekend for some shooting, so that'll be good. We got a wild pig not too long ago, wild boar rather, vildsvin as it's called here in Sverige. Yeah, this is about as dead as a morgue around here, so I think I'm probably just gonna put this thing out of its misery. So if you're from a tree stand, you find the little knob right there, like where the shoulder blades join the spine, and pretty much just aim for that, but it'll depend on there's a second one coming in. It will depend on which angle you are coming from. So this one here, I'm going to aim just my side slightly of it, oh, actually quite a bit of it, but it's a good way to line it all up. If it's straight down, you go straight down through it, and if the deer is facing away from you, you aim sort of I guess a good way to say it is maybe you just always aim the closest side from the bump to you, and then just make sure your angle is going to ensure the arrow carries through as many of the vitals as possible. Here comes the other one. So I mean, I've only been playing this game 5 months I think now, and I got my first level 20 tracking skill up the other day, which was whitetail deer actually, but my spotting's only 16 or 15 for it, I can't quite remember, so I'm still having to keep on spotting, and I'm not much of a stand hunter either, so that's probably why, to be honest. Well, this one's stuck. Should I try and put it out of its misery from here? Always these times I'm like, oh, let's get out of the tree stand, and you see something massive running away in the distance. No, nothing there. Alright. Turn this bobcat caller off. Leave the bobcat to last because we're going to head out that way, and I'm just literally crawling for the reason I stated before, where sometimes there's still something around and I've got less chance of spooking it and more chance of it calling before I leave. So that's miles away. It sort of gives me a bit of an indication that there's not much within render distance of me at the moment. Yeah, I've got you know, that whitetail's about there, a little bit further closer to us, sorry. So where did we hit it? Right lung stomach, yes, that wasn't the best of shots actually, but of course that's just a grey variation, it's not an albino. Right, so anyway, I was going to head this way first, wasn't I? Around through like that. So I'll head back across the island. Streaming at this time of the day is probably not ideal, as most normal people have work to go to. I'm still waiting for my tax number from the Swedish government, which should come through in about 3 weeks. Oh, excuse me. And then, yeah, my streaming will be probably just at night times, and as life allows me to, I suppose. So if you've just joined, I am out trying to find a big whitetail for the community competition that started yesterday. It's been hosted by Nightmare. It's just a straight competition. Biggest scoring whitetail wins. Biggest I've shot, which was last night, it's only a 166, which is not even close to cutting the mustard. So last night I think I checked the scoreboard and the biggest is about 187 at the moment, so yeah, I've got quite a long way to go, and obviously as if you've shot whitetails a lot, anything in the 80s into the 90s is a very good whitetail, and then obviously 200 is an extremely amazing whitetail. So yeah, we'll just I don't know, just got to get lucky I suppose, and hopefully don't spook them. So my way I try to hunt Hard Island is just eliminate every whitetail I come across, even the does. I don't want the does calling and, you know, spooking or taking the possibility, sorry, of a buck calling, so I don't miss them. The biggest I've ever shot, which is only a 190, which is still quite good. I managed to do it that way. I just poorly shot a doe and was about to go after to chase her, and there was a 190 coming in about 100 meters away from me actually, so it's just a lucky timing thing. So yeah, this is my first actual live stream. I don't know, some of you might have seen a couple of alerts popped up last week. I had trouble actually getting the stream to load properly, and that was just a setting option that wasn't correct. So yeah, bad on my part. If you've got any, you know, hints or tips on what you would like to see in the stream, or something I can do to make it look a little nicer for you, some information you want, just let me know. And if you are watching, you know, feel free to type in the chat some questions and things. Oh, there we go. Yeehaw, I haven't had a buck in about half an hour now, so oops, wrong place. There we go, that'll do. I don't usually like just chucking out a call. I prefer to sort of try and stalk the deer in, but it's quite nice and open here, so I don't think I'm going to get surprised by anything too crazy. So I'm going to just chuck a call out and wait on one of these rocks here. See, the camo doesn't work on the road here, so I'll just get into this patch here. It should work, because if you're ever wondering if your camo is going to work, it's usually just the ground cover. It should work. There we go. So you see the clear bit there and clear bit here. It won't work, but as long as you look at what sort of ground cover you're on, you should be able to get it to work good. Alright, this looks like not a bad little ambush spot. I have my seeking complexity set to very high because I just like the bit of the extra challenge there, but as you can see at times like this it's not the best, and especially for finding the new antler sheds and things like that. It's yeah, this'll do. You can see enough. But if you are after antler sheds, there's much easier maps than White Island. I actually found Val de Bois pretty good too. There's not a lot of little things that look like sticks on that map, so if you see something that looks sticky, it's a good chance it's a red deer shed. But White Rime Ridge and Hemmeldale is actually very good too. Found some good. Hemmeldale is a lot more sticky sticks that aren't actually sheds, but it's still pretty good. Reindeer sheds look amazing too, actually, once you see them. Wow. That's that one before. I'm just going to start circling around, actually. Get away from that doe, it should come into this call. So I've bought the 243 with me. I've also got just the 44 handgun. I quite like it in close proximity here, and obviously the Parker Python, Go Team Python. Yeah, the 243 now with the Bobcat on here has become a much better rifle for the map, because you can shoot all the deer, well, all the deer, yeah, the blacktail, the whitetail, and the bobcats with it, and the coyote as well. But if you were to take the 223, obviously you cut out the deer sizing, so yeah, it's much more useful rifle now. Right, hopefully I'm far enough away now that that doe shouldn't get spooked. Well, there's the buck, and he looks small. He's teeny tiny. Right, hopefully the doe doesn't flee and I can get a good... He's looking at me. Where's this doe gone? There she is. Stop right there, please. 3, 2, 1. Of course, it's got to stop behind the tree. It's doing the circle work around the call spot. 3, 2, 1. Can't see. Gonna have a shot anyway. So, yeah, if you've just joined the stream, I'm just out literally trying to find a big whitetail for the community competition that's on at the moment. It's hosted by Nightmare, so I'm pretty much just gonna walk and talk and do what I do best, and that's talk crap. So, why is this taking so long to load? 108. Tiny, as we could see before. So I'm just walking along, eliminating every whitetail that calls or that I see to increase my chance that a big one will call. So yeah. So, all's pretty quiet on the Western Front anyway. Down that way more. If you just joined the stream, welcome. I am trying to find a big whitetail for the community competition that's hosted by Nightmare. It's just a straight competition, biggest scoring whitetail wins, and it pays out to 3rd place, which is good. I like good community competitions, so here I am, giving it a nudge. Hey mate, sorry, just see your chat window there. Yeah, for sure. I think, well, as far as I know, it actually uploads the video straight away to YouTube after this is done. So I will release it for you to watch, definitely. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. But yeah, haven't had any real super luck yet. The first buck I came across actually was the biggest I've seen so far in this session. It was only a 152 or 155 or something, I can't quite remember. But there's been an absurd amount of bobcat calls and tracks and things like that. So it's stupidly quiet. This is this. Oh, there we go. This area here, I was going to say, usually isn't too bad for me. I guess we find out soon. As I say that, I get a buck call, and obviously I have no idea what size it is, so let's have a look. As I've been working my way up the island, I've pretty much just been oh, there's another track there too, that's good. I've been trying to just eliminate every single whitetail I can as I come across, just to increase the chances that I get a good buck call. Well, I'm actually going to use this tree here and do it the lazy way. And it'll also give me a better view, so even with this annoying branch in the way. Let's see. That is some thick bush to look through, but it'll pop out when it pops out. So if you have stopped by to come and watch, thank you very much. Feel free to give me crap in the chat if you want. Keeps me, you know, a little bit more entertained. Alright, so there's at least 2 bucks here. And I'll just have to, which is always the risk, hope that putting up the tree stand hasn't spooked them away, so. Yeah, you're right, Frody, that I know like Flinter and things like that, they hunt in real life as well. So, is that something white I just saw? It's a leaf. Because real hunters, yeah, it'll calm down a little bit. It doesn't look too bad. I don't think it's a 180 coming in though. But I have been wrong before. And we're going to have to wait for him just to show around that tree there. You call. Oh no, that's of course because I had that activated. Yeah, he's not that big, unfortunately. I'm gonna guess for 140, 150 max, I think. To get a better look at him, it just doesn't have that thicker tines, and the spread's not that good on it. Yeah, anyway. So after I drop this, and hopefully I drop it on the spot, I'll just well, it's a good idea often just to wait a little while to see if you get another call, but obviously you're guessing 144.9. Yeah, I'd say game on, mate. Let's see, what do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's got the points, but it just doesn't look that big a spread, unfortunately. I haven't found a single antler shed this walk actually. Usually I stumble across one accidentally somewhere. Very dark variation. You're going to go 150 plus? I still think it's not quite 150, but you could be right. Like the 190 I shot, which this definitely isn't that, I didn't think it was over a 170, so I'm not the best with whitetail actually. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. It does have 7 points, but yeah. Yeah, it is a nice high rack. The yeah, I don't know if you know Kevin 2106. He shot a 174 high rack, which is pretty damn high scoring high rack configuration anyway. Come on, you can do it. And of course, if I was impatient, I could just shoot him, but I really don't want to scare everything away. Hard shot with the bow. If it comes right underneath, I'll give it a nudge. Right. No. I would have just single lunged him. I was trying to get on the angle for the heart. Damn it. Oh well. Dismantle. Oh, I think that was him just sprinting across my screen, maybe? Don't worry about it. It's all good. I've missed plenty of times without challenges, so it don't matter. I think I saw him just streak across. Maybe I shouldn't go on hunches. It was probably the Monster 200 that was coming in behind him. That freaked. Huh? Alright, I'll try and get him as fast as I can for you, mate. What do you like hunting in this game? You bit of everything, or? Oh yeah, sweet as mate. Yeah, you sent me a message in the forum, definitely. Would like to go for a hunt. It'll be good fun. Coyote. Yeah, I don't mind the old coyote. I'm gonna guess that he bounced back up here, but that's a big guess. I'll try and speed it up a little bit for you. He's got to bounce back up the hill there, straight off the water, I think. Yeah, sweet as. Well, I mean, I don't know, you're probably at work. You could actually join this game now. I've set it to hunt with friends. Or people on my friends list, I think. There we go, he did bounce back off the water. And that was him that I saw streak across me. Roosevelt elk. Oh, you're from Norway? Ah, very nice. I'm yeah, obviously in Sweden. I got friends in Bergen, and I visit there quite regularly actually. Very nice part of the world. Just before I forget. What do you do for work? Is that a black one or is it just a shadow? Oh, it's just a teeny tiny one. 1, 2, 3. That's looking better, but it's not a good one. Anyway, I'm trying to get this whitetail so you can leave, eh? I don't think there's anything worth waiting around for in there. A physical therapist. That's got to be a good job. That's a shame that one there's not saying it's scoring very good. It's got the back tines on it. Oops. Yeah, just not a big enough spread, I guess. Right, anyway, I'm trying to find this whitetail so you can get back to work and fix people's sore joints. Catch you later, mate. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping in as well. Where in the world did this deer jump off to? Yeah, it's way gone somewhere miles away. Right, I pulled the tree stand out, which makes a noise from that point, so I'm guessing it's probably gone uphill again. There it is. So, if you just joined me, I'm trying to find the elusive monster whitetail for this competition. I've just single lunged one actually, and I'm gonna guess it's only about a 140 something. So here he is. Drum roll. Wow, max weight 153. So you were more correct than I was. That is probably nearly the heaviest whitetail I've shot, I think. That I can. Oh! Oh, damn it, just a mushroom. Right, because I freaked those elk out, well, I'm bound to if I'm going to change my flow. I'll go this way, and I will just have to hope there was nothing in that pocket there, I think. Yeah, whitetail. That's the caller that EW doesn't want you to know about. That's effective 99% of the times, because eventually something always turns up. If you've just joined the stream, welcome in. I am trying to find a monster whitetail for this community competition that's been hosted by Nightmare. I've got the chat box up, so feel free to ask any questions or suggest any improvements that you'd like to see for the stream. But this is literally live, unedited, and I apologise for any swearing because I do get excited from time to time. So far another. I just had an elk before too, actually. Oops, that's not even close to where he was. So just had that Roosevelt elk call, and I saw some before, but they were, as per usual, tiny. I don't seem to get that lucky with the elk. And saying that though, the very first animal I harvested this season was a personal best elk. I think it was 187 or 182. I mean 382 or 387. It would be teeny tiny. Haven't shot any good whitetails yet. The highest scoring one today was 153. I think it was the last one. Got one earlier as well, but that really wasn't anything worth mentioning. There were lots and lots of bobcats today. I started from the bottom of the island here and worked my way up around to here. So I've been going for a little while. I started the hunt at 9 o'clock just to give you an idea of where I'm at, and I have just been trying to eliminate every whitetail I come across really. And obviously it'd be rude not to have a look at the elk. Walking towards them's probably not the smartest idea, but I'm feeling a little impatient today. And he's a tiny one anyway. Easy peasy, Team Parker, Python for the win. And he's going to be small, yep, 166. So onwards with the whitetail. I'll head down just a little bit to this bay here and then circle back around. So I'm trying to use the bow as much as possible, obviously so I don't freak everything out. I do have the rifle. I got the 243 for any bobcats, and obviously everything up to elk size, well, not including elk. Just in case there's something monstrous in the distance that I don't think I can lure in with the bow. And I actually have, I haven't even loaded it, the handgun as well, just if everything gets a little bit too close. And as previously mentioned, just trying to eliminate every single whitetail I come across. So hopefully I eventually get, actually we can probably just outwalk that one. I can eventually get a buck call. If you leave the does around, you reduce the chances that you're going to be able to get a good buck call in. So in this little valley here, I've actually managed to shoot, what is it, 2 or 3 of my non-typicals from this map out of a total of 8, I think it is now, 8 whitetail non-tips. So always worth checking it out. Not to say that there's any more chance than anywhere else on the map, but you know, for me it's been good at least. If you're stopping in just to watch for a little bit, say hi. I do have the chat open, and I am watching it. I'm interested just to see who comes in and what you'd like to see and things. What sort of videos you'd like done. And obviously this is just live and unedited and trying to find a big whitetail, so You can't, you know, edit out all the boring parts in between. You can only hear the sweet, sweet sound of my voice, which, you know, I'm sorry about that as well. No. Yes, buck call. Where are you, Bucky? Oh, really close. I'm just going to call you in. So this is what I was talking about, getting away from the female call, and you'll increase your chance of another animal calling. So you can either kill it, you know, or just walk away from it, seeing as that last one was right on the edge of render. If we're lucky, you better see this one. It's probably behind that big tree I can't see. Behind here. There he is. Can't see much. Not that big. 150 to 190, but I don't think it's got much timber on it actually, so let's see. No, he doesn't have. Enough points. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5 points. There's only 10 points. So I would say he's going to be 150 max, really. But I have been lucky in finding some heavy ones. I've only come across one little scrawny whitetail so far. 47. I mean 30. Yeah, 147 meters. I mean, it's got quite tall tines, but like I say, there's not enough. It's not wide enough either, so I'm actually surprised it says 150. Watch me harvest this and it's 180 or something crazy like that. That'd be pretty funny. Alright. Just gonna run the tree. Not the best shot. I think it probably intestine shot him, unfortunately. I was hoping he'd stop, but he did not. Decisions. I guess I could leave. Nah. Not here for bobcats, unfortunately. I do have a tree stand and a caller on me, actually. But, yeah. Intestines, that was terrible shooting. But it happens. But like I say, and if you are watching this, feel free to drop something in the chat. I am watching it, even if it's just a hello or a you suck. Yeah, I thought that was probably just his roaming ones. Maybe this is the fleeing one here. Yep, there we go. Right, we're on it now. Got some more tracks here. Might be from that bobcat. Interested to see though. Well, it could be coyote actually, because there's a few in a group. Yeah, looks like coyote tracks to me. And it is indeed. Was it this one? I don't remember. Nope, not that one. That one, but not that one. Geez, I've totally messed up here. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, I've totally messed up here. Must be back across this way more. Trying to concentrate on too many things at once. There it is, I would say. Of course, if you're looking for coyotes, this pocket here is actually amazing for them. As crap as my tracking was just then, it's not bad. This will allow the whitetail to bleed out a little bit more once it calms down further up ahead here. Because I've only intestine shot it, as you guys probably know, it's going to take a little bit longer for it to... There's one of the coyotes. To bleed out and die. Yeah. After assuming things before and getting it wrong, I'd say these are probably the old roaming tracks, and that one up there might be the fleeing. Well, we had to find out soon by looking down. Ah, here we go, it's another fleeing track. Should probably go and check that one, but nah, I'll just make an ass of myself again live. What's the worst that could happen? There it is anyway. So thank you for coming to watch. This is my first live stream, and yeah, we're just trying to find a big whitetail really, and haven't come across anything too monstrous yet. And of course that's for the community competition at the moment. It's being held by Nightmare. I think first place is 3,000 EM or 2,000 EM, and then it scales it down to third place, getting, I think third place is probably 500 or 1,000 or something like that. So this is a good thing about being part of the forums. Join the community and get more competitions, and get a lot of the well, you get the news first too, directly from EW, being part of that. They post it up on there. He's healthy as that was a terrible shot, and hopefully I haven't made him freak yet. Of course, once they stop fleeing, they bleed more, so chasing after animals is never a great option. And I actually... oh, he's bleeding out a little bit faster now. I'm thinking I've probably already spooked him again, to be honest. I wasn't really concentrating properly. Could be him down there too. So something I think that is down there, isn't it? Looks like a bump. Yep, it's something I try and, well, I've been trying to get it, talking to my brother who's just started, is it's much better to spend 30 seconds getting a good shot, because otherwise, another big heavy one, 151, it's a day of 150s, otherwise you spend, like I just did, an extra 5-6 minutes trying to track the damn things around the map. So even though it may feel slower, waiting for a better shot is usually the better well, it's always the better option really. You save a lot of time and you can get onto the bigger animals faster. So we are going to follow this line back through here, and then I think I'll boost across and have a little looky around the bottom part of the island, or I might just restart the map. Oops. I'd have loved to have known what that call was. Oh, we'll just go slow and hopefully we get it again. But I've been hunting up in this corner quite a lot more actually, about there, this bit here, and it's really good for coyotes, bobcats and whitetail actually, like crazy good for them. What is the time? Nearly lunchtime. Yeah, okay, so I will be heading to here and then taking a short break of the stream to get some lunch and some food, and then I will be back on afterwards, probably with a fresh map. I think not a bad option anyway. There are quite a few whitetails up to about, it kind of goes like this through there, because there's quite often one just here for some reason. Maybe I'll just get lucky, a buck there, and then they just yeah, speckled all throughout that bottom part of the island as well. And seeing as it's actually been lacking a little bit, maybe it's not a bad idea. So yeah, if you just joined, thank you very much for watching. This is my first live stream, and just trying to find some big whitetail for the competition that's going on. And like I say, the chat's active. I've got an eye on it, so if you want to ask me anything or say hi, or you know, open to some positive feedback. Maybe it was a coyote that called before. And of course I missed that call before, so I have absolutely no idea what's up ahead here, but as previously stated, it's absolutely thick with coyotes and stuff. Oh, that's probably what it was. Coyotes and whitetail, and even some bobcats up here, so bound to be just what it is. Alright, where are you? Oh, down there. And if you've missed it, my hunting method on here is just eliminate any of the whitetails I come across, so I get a better chance of getting a buck call. I should probably just use that tower, right? Do it right. And of course you never really know what's around here, so having a good look's definitely worth it. Come on, Mrs. Whitetail. So I'm just waiting for this doe to come up the hill here, and what's the time? I could have gone to sleep actually, now I think about it. It's about the right time in the afternoon. Oh, she's right there, what am I talking about? But they do seem to go to sleep pretty quickly, and my shooting has been terrible. That was too far back. There she is. Now usually I'd go and follow her, but for the sake of the live stream I'm not going to waste your guys' time. I'll deal with the dock letter later. Me and Doc have got a little arrangement worked out anyway. I just slip him some whiskey and he forgets about it all. So I am getting hangry. Back to the coyote tracks. Bobcat. Because they're all just down there, I'm going to call them up. You never know, it might be a rear amongst them. I highly doubt that, but you never know. So I'm going to lay the call here. Which hopefully gives me some broadside shots on them. And of course the coyote's always coming pretty quickly, so hopefully we don't have to wait too long. I've got the Flight of the Concord, Flight of the Concord stuck in my head today, which is not a bad song to have, or bad band rather, to have stuck in my head. Come on, I can hear one. Just a teeny weeny one. Ah, I think he might be alone. Last set of arrows. Geez, I've been shot a few animals today, that's for sure, but nothing of any value, unfortunately. There's your hard shot. Wrong animal though. So heading into an area on the map, I've had some quite good sized bucks come out of it actually, and a few more of the non-typicals, but as stated before, it doesn't mean diddly jack really, it's all random, and I guess I was just super lucky that I get them all in the same area. We're heading into my e-caller here actually, so maybe we'll just turn it on for a little bit and see what comes in. There we go, another buck call. Maybe this is me monster. Probably a little bit too... Yep, that'll do. So, as stated before, I'm going to just chuck a tree stand up on this, get me some better vision, and even though I terribly messed up the shot last time, I will have a better chance of actually taking him down better. Winter is coming here in Sweden. All the leaves are changing colour rapidly by the day, and as I look out the window it's looking rather glum out there, so not a bad day to be stuck inside playing the hunter. Not a bad day at all. And so I'm actually pretty open. Anyone can come along and have a hunt on my servers and games with me, just as long as you're, you know, just not a complete douchebag or an idiot, and you'll find yourself with a ban pretty quickly. I just don't mess around. I don't mind people coming in and hunting, but yeah, and obviously just goes for anyone's game really. If you come into someone's game, just don't hunt alongside someone unless they, you know, you've obviously agreed on it, and also don't discharge firearms within 500 meters is about the general rule, but it depends on the gun actually. Something you can discharge closer, but just ask. That's all you got to do. Most people actually in this game are very very nice and kind and helpful, and yeah, it's a good little community, it's for sure. So if you just joined, welcome. I'm TreeKiwi, or Matt is my real name, and we're just trying to find a big whitetail here, and I have a buck incoming at the moment, so we'll see how we go. All of them have been about 150 score today, so this one by the odds of attrition is going to be tiny, because I've had way too much luck in the semi-decent sized whitetail, but these are way too small for the competition winning. I think the last one I found was that was in the leaderboard, sorry, on first spot was 187 I think, which if any of you shoot whitetail a lot will know that's quite a good score, and gonna have to get pretty lucky to beat that. So yeah, we'll see. I've also got the chat open, so feel free to drop me a message. Some feedback perhaps. I can see why radio DJs put, I mean apart from radio's actually playing music, but talkback show hosts and stuff like to have a break in between. It's pretty exhausting actually, just talking crap non-stop. I think I can see the butt coming in there, but I've probably been too slow. He was just here. Here he is. Yeah, he's a teeny tiny one. Yeah, well. 40 to 80. Monster. What a monster. The amount of times I've had a second buck coming in silently is ridiculous. I try not to take anything for granted these days. He's just a little baby. Shoot where I can. Oh, come on. The shooting has been atrocious. Of course on live stream. Usually I don't have to chase anything. Alright, I'll wait for this doe to call again and see where she is. At least he won't be getting in the way again. And of course hunting in White Hart Island just wouldn't be the same without any rain. I can't even remember where that doe was coming in from. Useless. So, mobile tree stand hunting is actually pretty damn good. It's, I don't know, it's a little bit slower than stalking them, but I'm gonna say usually you can drop the animals easy, but I've been having an absolute shocker today, and I apologise for that. So, but that's the curse of live streaming, I guess. And of course this is my first stream and it's an odd time of the day, but it's at this stage about all I can do is to the daytime. I might be able to get some nighttime streams in, but I've got a few more of the Hunting with Mates videos to film this week and next week as well, so hopefully I get a bit more of a regular output with those. It's been a bit delayed actually because the next few people come in and are in America, and we've all had crazy busy lives and they're 6 hours behind my time, so yeah, it's just been very hard to arrange. But I've also got a couple of YouTube people coming on board soon, which will be good as well. And I can't wait to go hunting with them. It'll be good fun. I can hear, I don't know if this is the coyote, but it is a coyote. Male, just a small one. I thought the call was over that way. Yeah, could have done a loop around. Anyway, time to move on. And as per I was talking earlier, I forgot about that doe, so I'm pretty sure that's all it would have, all that it would have been that ran away. But many times they get out of a tree stand and spook something big away. Much to the disgust of myself. So I'm from Wellington, New Zealand originally, but living in Sweden at the moment, and yeah, loving it. I've done plenty of hunting and shooting in real life around the Wellington area mostly, a little bit in Canterbury. I'll call them into this tent up here. Yeah, and mainly goats, pigs. I have shot at a deer in real life, but yeah, that's a story that I really don't. I'd rather forget about. I missed the most easy shot in the world. I'd been heading up the hill in the drizzle, and I had the gun on my shoulder, and the scope was filling up with water, and for some reason it missed it up a little bit, and when I put it up to my shoulder to have a shot at the deer, I couldn't really see much, it was all blurry, and somehow I missed about a 70 metre shot, not even that, probably 50 metre shot, and I've never lived it down with the mate that took me out that day, but I'm usually not too bad at shooting. Shot somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 goats. Probably about 3,000 to 4,000 possums, and I don't know, a few pigs. So anyway, yeah, deer hunting I haven't really done a lot of actually in real life. I just boarded onto a massive station, but massive farm, and that's what I had on the menu there. Deer, not deer, goats and pigs, rabbits and possums. See what this track is. It'd be nice if it was a bobcat. And it is a bobcat. There we are. Alright, first things first, let's lay out the call for the coyote. Tree stand over there, let's lay it over here. And get into the tree stand. I'm actually not using scent eliminator anymore. I want to see what sort of difference it makes. It definitely makes a difference to their state of awareness, I guess. I find things a little bit more jumpy than they would usually be, but yeah, it hasn't really affected my hunting too much, to be honest. coyote, coyote, coyote. Again, you can find that caller in the crazy caller bundle. It's effective 99% of the time. Just works as well as hare turkey, 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 hare elk, 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 and I think you get the idea. Ooh, come on, Mr. Buckaroni. Here comes the coyote. Here comes the coyote horde. "47, why are you coming into me here? 44. And Parker Python Love is good. Just don't freak towards the deer. Something freaked sort of towards the deer. So, the first time the coyotes come in, they're always in a group like that, and if you're lucky, you can get 3 actually. It's best to shoot them as they come in, one by one, fast. After they settle down, you can call them in individually and pretty much drop them all. And, hopefully, this buck's coming in still. There he is, and tiny. Well. Alright, I am super duper hungry, so I think I'm actually going to drop this buck and then take off for the afternoon. Actually, got some things to do. So to all of you that stopped in and had a look, even if it was just briefly, thank you very much. It's my first stream, and yeah, unfortunately we didn't really get anything that amazing. But that's just the luck of the draw, really. Come on, Mr. Buck. Yeah, Bucky, Bucky, Bucky. Somewhere in here there's a doe as well. There she is. Spotting info for her in a sec, hopefully. Or not. Alright, this time. Hopefully. There we go, that's better. ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for stopping in. That is going to be the end of my stream, and appreciate you stopping by, coming along, and yeah, I'll be continuing this competition just over the next few weeks, and of course something else just ran away. But anyway, yeah, that's all from me, and yeah, have a good one. Cheers.